Okay, so let's talk about the downside of waiting to have kids. The study that we're going to be talking about was posted in Psychology Today. The source is at the bottom of the page and is also going to be linked in the description. In short, when you look at what we're talking about here, by their mid 40s, about 1 in 7 women who are fertile never had kids in the study that was conducted. And what we're doing in this particular part of this exercise is looking at that every seventh woman to understand what was going on. Now, for perspective, this was a 33-year study. Talked to about 4,500 women and interviewed them at 19 different points in time over the duration of the study. For the eggheads in the group, that's called a longitudinal study. What you found is that most of these women did expect to have biological kids. When you interview them at 24, only about 10% said they do not expect to have biological kids. As they get older, an increasingly larger number of them say they do not expect to have kids, up to almost 80% at 40 and roughly 90% at 46. Now, when you look at the different pathways, here's what you find for why they never had kids. 2% never wanted at any point in the interview. 1% expected to have kids, it just never happened. So they were trying, but it didn't work out. 51% weren't serious. They wanted them at some points, didn't want them at others. They never really committed to the process. And 46% waited too long. These are the people who potentially focused on their career and waited to have kids until later and one day realized they couldn't. So, for the guys out there who may be considering putting it off, here are some questions. Do you want kids or not? While we don't have the biological clocks of women, life happens. Illness, spousal infertility, etc. Let's learn from this study and some of the pitfalls that it found. Make sure we don't make the same mistakes. If you do want kids and you don't have a plan, what you really need to think about is how likely is it you could have a similar outcome as the 97% of women who wanted kids but didn't end up having them. You can very easily find yourself aging out of fertility childlessly because you never focused on it. Let's not let that happen to us.